All aboard!
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. We are live from Savant Studios. Joining me today, I have
Pokemaster Troy Osborne.
Pokemaster Troy Osborne is here. How you doing today, man?
Freaking amazing.
Yeah?
It's good to be back on the pod.
Well, it's been a little while. Let's move on. Also joining me today, I have...
The new Austin.
New Austin is here. That's it. Oh, fucking A. All right. A couple of housekeeping things to get here right at the beginning. So those of you watching on video, you may have noticed the new background. So the format of the show is not changing. We're trying to spice up what we're doing for you guys a little bit, adding some more video elements to make our videos a little bit more engaging with the listeners and the viewers a little bit more. That was kind of the point of our hiatus. So a couple of life things happened that got in the way of the recording. Troy had a kid.
I had a baby.
And it's like his fifth or sixth kid. So
four.
Okay, it's his fourth kid. So you should be used to it by now, but it still kind of sucks. Like having a kid is a very stressful, important time in a person's life. So he wasn't really able to commit time to the podcast. I had a bunch of house projects to do. And Colin, he also had a baby.
He had a baby as well.
So that's all, and he's not here because he's spending time with his kid. So good for you, Colin. He'll be back on next week. We'll get him back on the pod. So that's why Austin is joining us. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why we weren't recording for a while. And if you guys have any comments, you like the new setup, just let us know. Comment in the comments below. And if you like it, don't like it. If it's obfuscating your view of the pod and you don't like that background, let me know. I did put a lot of work into it, but it can be undone. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into some game stuff. E3 happened in our interim, and I don't really want to cover that in the Crazy Train of Thought portion of the show. We'll save that for Game Hype. We've got just some news. I'm sure a lot of you, you've checked out E3, you've looked at some of the new games. We're going to be trickling in some of our games coming up here.
Yep.
Like that we are most excited about, but we'll keep that for the Game Hype portion of the show. So Troy,
yes,
what have you been doing, man?
I've been taking care of my new baby.
Okay.
Mostly.
All right. Your new baby has a name?
It does.
Okay. Nice. You named it.
I did.
That's fantastic.
Asher, or as I like to say, Ash from Pallet Town.
Yeah. He's going to be catching them all.
I like it.
That's amazing.
I like it.
He is in the hospital. He already collected his first 2 Pokemon. I was bored because I was stuck in the hospital, and I went to the Meijer down the street.
Okay.
And I bought the Mew Lego type brick thing, and then a Slowpoke, and I built them while I was waiting in the hospital. Because he was in the hospital some extra time.
Yeah.
Things happened, but he's all great now.
Good. I'm glad he's okay.
And then playing video games, of course.
Okay. I mean, that's always good news. That's good for the pod.
Yes.
That you've been playing games. What have you been playing?
I put...
Wait. Oh. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Troy. Before we get to that, we should probably introduce New Austin.
We probably should.
All right. So for the listeners and the viewers, obviously you prefer New Austin, right? That's... No, not New Austin. Okay, that was my nickname for you.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
What do you want to go by? Because we got two Austins.
You can go ahead and just call me Automatic Austin.
Automatic
yes,
Austin.
Sir.
I can work with that.
Good.
That's fine. If we have both of you on the pod at the same time, we'll probably just refer to you as Automatic. Is that going to
That
be
is
all right?
acceptable.
I'm gonna call him Auto.
Auto?
Auto's good.
Can we do Auto?
Auto's good. Auto's good.
Fuck, I'm good with Auto.
I might have to change my name soon. Because Auto sounds so good.
Auto does sound really good. That's your name on the pod. So Auto, you like games. That's
Yeah.
why you're here.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and tell the listeners and the viewers some of your favorite games, what you like to play, what you've been playing recently. That kind of
So recently I've been playing a lot of Hades.
shit. Okay.
No, I do like some RPGs, so I have been playing some Outer Worlds, some Skyrim,
Nice.
stuff like that just to pass the time. But Hades has been getting my main attention
Okay.
so far, up until the next, maybe till November when Pokemon comes out.
Yeah.
Then that's going to take my attention, but
I
until
like
then,
this guy.
Until,
I like this guy.
until then, Hades is a pretty solid game.
Okay. We've talked about Hades a little bit. I think Philip played it.
Yep. I played it a little bit.
And Troy, you've played a little bit more. So why don't you guys let's hear about Hades. Let's hear your thoughts on Hades. Auto.
Hades is, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. Music's good. The lore's good. Just the gameplay in itself with all the aesthetics. I absolutely love it.
Okay.
I absolutely love
I
it.
wish I had a better controller.
Yeah. I've been playing on the Switch a lot.
Yeah.
So I have the Switch Lite, and it just fits perfect in my hands. It's so fluid. The arrangements of the buttons, the controls, I love it.
Now on the Switch Lite, obviously you don't have the flex because the controllers don't come off. That's
Yep.
one of my big issues with the Switch is like that flex.
Mm-hmm.
When they click in, they don't really click in and latch as well as you probably would want them to. Do you have any sort of like grip case or anything?
No, nothing yet, given
Okay.
I just bought it.
Oh, okay.
I bought it like maybe a month ago because I went on a road trip, so I wanted something to pass the time.
Sure.
So I haven't got any accessories to it yet.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to get next. Just some casings for it, just
Yeah.
some different designs, just to kind of personalize it.
Yeah,
But I'm in love. I love it more than I thought I would.
that's
I
awesome.
love it a lot.
What's your favorite thing about it?
Probably you can just take it anywhere. It's like, it reminds me of a DS back in
Well, yeah, for
2006. It just, I could take it anywhere. It's in my pocket.
Yeah.
I can play it on my break when I'm working. I can just take it anywhere and play it.
The 3DS is the thing that got me back into Pokemon. 'Cause I was
3DS?
out for a while.
Yeah.
And then I got a 3DS and I was like, damn, this actually.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I literally bought a 3DS to play Pokemon X when it came out. I was like, I don't own a Switch and I haven't played Pokemon, but there's a new one coming out, I heard. I'm buying this. And then I went to like Media Madhouse and was like, I need a 3DS. And he gave me one that broke in like a month.
Yeah, I still have because my buddy let me borrow his. It wasn't a 3DS. It was the next step down. Was it the DSi?
Yes, DSi.
And I played White 2.
White 2
2.
is when you got.
And yeah, we took a vacation, and my sister Kennedy, who's been on the pod a couple of times, she's a big fan of Pokemon, and that's partially my fault. And like her and I played the shit out of we like traded back and forth the DS just so that we could both play Pokemon. Like, oh, it's my turn, that's my turn on that vacation. And yeah, the Switch hits that same stroke
It hits,
for me.
the
absolutely.
nostalgia of it really hits home.
Yeah.
And my birthday, because I created a whole account and everything, and my birthday just passed. And I got email from Nintendo, and they gave me like a birthday present.
What?
They gave me a discount on some games.
Fuck
And I just
yeah.
type in the code. And I'm like, that is awesome.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
So I'm glad I have it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your favorite thing about Hades?
Hades has to be the lore in itself. I like telling about the gods and stuff, kind of like God of War does.
Right.
Tells you just some backstory of the gods, give away
Like
to the lore.
mythology stuff?
Yeah, I love that. I just love history like that. Kind of why I'm kind of into Assassin's Creed too.
Sure.
Just that history, I love it. That and just the fighting.
Okay.
I love the fighting.
Combat's pretty good?
I like the combat, fluid, nice and smooth. So
Now, I know in that game you have a choice of a lot of different weapons
Yeah.
that you can use.
Yes.
Do you have a specific weapon setup you like using, something that works better than others?
yes, I use the bow and arrow mostly.
Okay.
Bow and arrow and gloves. I use I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's called Hera's bow.
Okay.
And my gloves, it's called Gloves of Gibraltar. I think I'm saying the name right.
Yeah.
But I have they have Zeus power-ups with Zeus. So it makes you like shoot electricity out, makes it chain to many enemies. I like using that with just a bunch of attack speed.
Okay.
So that's what I like. Kind of like a dungeon dweller game, you know,
Yeah,
go dungeon. I love that. And just the way they tell the story, the voice actors, the way they communicate with each other, it's pretty amazing.
The one thing that I like about that game is how alive the whole game, just you feel like you're there because every time you go back, Hermes has some random weird thing to say.
Yep.
Or Hades himself has something
Achilles.
random to say. Yeah, there's always
Cerberus.
Yeah, there's always you can always pet the dog. It's that is one thing about that game that I found. Even when I die, it's like, well, I guess I haven't been back this way in a while. I should probably talk to these people.
Right. Yeah.
That like I said, that's one thing that's really cool about that game. I need to play it some more. I've fallen off.
It gives you a lot more to do as you prolong the game to do more stuff.
Okay.
So instead of it making you feel repeating, you know, you're going doing this again.
Well, that's my problem with roguelikes.
And it's giving you more stuff to do. I was actually shocked about it because every time I did something, it just another thing popped up, another mini mission or mini thing to do, and I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my problem. Like I was just saying, my problem with roguelikes is like once I die, then I've got to start from the bottom again.
Yep.
And a lot of times I don't like that because I don't like repeating the same shit I've already done.
Yeah.
Like, especially in a game with the story being so well told as it is, like, I don't want to just repeat the story I've already seen.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know where this goes.
Right.
Well, and that's the one thing about this story is it's not saying that you're repeating and starting over. It's
Okay.
you're trying to escape hell. And when you die, you just come back through the gate and start over again. Like you start back at the main building, basically, and then you go back out and you do it kind of rehashes where everything is a little bit.
Okay.
And it's different every time.
Okay. Do the people acknowledge that you've talked to them before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, like they change almost every time.
Wow, that's fantastic.
They've acknowledged how you die, where you die, how not to die like that.
That's
and
cool.
there's different things.
Like it'll give you tips and tricks.
Like
you talk to somebody.
Yeah, like if you beat a boss, then go into the next like realm, then die and go and talk to them. They like give description of the boss and stuff. So it's really amazing.
Okay.
It's really amazing.
That's super cool.
Supergiant did a good job.
Yeah, they make other fantastic games.
Not do a good job.
For those of you listening that don't necessarily know what a roguelike is, so a roguelike game would be a game where you die and you start over at the beginning. It's pretty much it. Like you don't have your weapons. You may keep some upgrades in some games, but like you don't have your weapons and you've pretty much got to start over with your inventory, that kind of stuff. And a lot of people like that punishing style of game, but I'm a bitch.
I love
so
that.
I'm not I ain't the one.
I am
Generally.
Oddly addicted. After playing Dead Cells, I haven't stopped.
Sure. Yeah.
It was Dead Cells, then it was this, and what was the other one that I played? Scourgebringer.
Oh yeah, Scourgebringer. That's coming to Xbox on the Game Pass. It may be on Game Pass already. Yeah.
It's already on there. That's why I started playing it again because I was playing it on my phone with the controller for a while, and then I tried to play it on the PC at work on breaks. But it's best on Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah, as many things are. And it's good you're playing Hades right now, Austin, because that is going to be coming to Xbox here pretty soon, right? August or something like that.
Let's see if it's going to be on Game Pass.
Oh, well, they may not have that information out there yet. We can probably move on from Hades a little bit. I have been playing...
Yes, Game Pass.
Okay, coming out on Game Pass in August, so good deal there. I've been playing Biomutant. Troy, you've also been playing some Biomutant.
I have.
I have some thoughts on it. I'm probably, I don't know, 2 hours in so far.
You're in the part where Emmett played for me.
Maybe.
I have no idea what happened in that part of the game. I came home and I was like, I don't remember any of this. Where am I? And Emmett's
What the fuck am I doing?
I went back upstairs and I was like, did Emmett play the Xbox? Yeah, he said he wasn't playing anything that you played. He was playing something new. It's like, no, he played the game that I was playing on my save, and I have no idea where I'm at. So I
What
went,
a little asshole. You're grounded, Emmett. If you're fucking listening, unacceptable. Get your own gamer tag.
he has one now.
Was that the catalyst?
Yes. Combo Panda 887.
Okay, all right. Combo Panda's a pretty good name,
It's
actually.
one of his favorite characters from that Ryan's World thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
I know all about that.
I went upstairs then after I talked to him about it, and I was like, so did you play my game? Yeah. What happened? He actually told me what he remembered, what he did, and how he did it. So then I kind of got a little bit of it, but I still, like, after that happened, I was like into the game and playing it.
So what is your favorite thing about the game, or least favorite thing? We can start with bitching if you want to do that.
No, I think my favorite thing is probably the like throwbacks to like old kung fu movies.
Okay,
I
sure.
really do like that, even though it's called, what is it called in the game?
Waifu?
Waifu or
Waifu?
waifu or
I don't think it's waifu.
No,
I'm pretty sure it's like waifu or sifu or something.
seafood. I don't know, but yeah, that game, I do like how it feels like you're in an old. Even though I picked the sniper class and I feel like I picked the wrong class.
Which
because,
one's the sniper class?
I don't remember what it was called, but it was definitely a sniper class.
Okay.
It was ranged attacks
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that. So
got
it doesn't fit the game at all. Like I keep trying to use guns, and it's.
Really?
Do you like the gunplay in this game?
Well, I think I sent you a text that was like, man, this combat, though, is maybe not
The
what
combat
I
is not
was
great.
wanting it to be. So I have a ranged weapon, and I was primarily using the pistol that you get at
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
And that was tough because the pistol that you get at the beginning is not very powerful.
No, it's not.
You do have unlimited ammo, which is nice.
Yeah.
So the combat, I mean, the game in general is kind of like Mad Max meets Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Like it's anthropomorphic animals, but it's in a post-apocalyptic universe.
Do you get to play with your teammates in this game? Do you have a team?
So yeah, like I said, it's like Mad Max meets Ratchet and Clank, and you do not get to play with your teammates. So this is single player only,
Okay.
story-driven single player game. You are kind of like the chosen one, basically, and you are.
Your mom created this kung fu style.
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay.
your mom was pretty important, and you, like, she taught you all the kung fu that you know.
Okay.
And you are like your
heir.
parents. Yeah. The heir
Heir to Kung Fu.
And your parents died.
Okay.
And they die before the game even starts. So you
Gotcha.
go into the story with your parents having already passed.
Gotcha.
But I'm really liking it. So Troy, you mentioned not really liking the gunplay.
Yeah.
But like now that I'm more into the combat and I've done like I've gotten more of the upgrades, and I've put some time into like upgrading my weapons, because there's a huge amount of crafting in this game. You get a huge amount of like loot and stuff as you are exploring the world, and you can break that down in order to craft other weapons.
Yeah.
So the initial pistol that you get is not great, but through my exploring, I found some like really good weapon parts, and then they're pretty liberal about the amount of like money they give you in the beginning. So I bought another weapon part from a vendor, and I was like, I'm gonna make this badass rifle. So I went to make this badass rifle, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have all these resources that I need. So
It's because you're pulling a Ryan in that game, and you're like,
I was like, can I break this game? Let me fucking break this game
like,
right now.
I'm gonna explore everything before I go any further.
Yes.
And that is like how far I was in was less than 2 hours of gameplay total. But you went a whole different, because that's why I was like, what do you mean you've done it? Like you were upgrading things and you haven't even learned about any of that yet. Like it teaches you
Maybe not.
like the upgrade tree and like building weapons and stuff. That's part of like when you get the mech.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, I've done a bunch of that already. I've crafted 2 or 3 weapons.
Teaching yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's the upgrade system and the crafting system.
It's not something new for sure.
Well, no, but it's also like super forgiving. So if you don't, like, just because you use those things doesn't mean they're gone forever.
Yeah.
You can just pull weapons and parts off guns as you craft them. Oh, well, I don't want this pistol here anymore. I'm going to make a rifle with this stock.
Yeah.
And it has this muzzle and it has this, I think base is like the main layer.
Yeah.
So all those things are super cool and you can just do them on the fly. You don't have to like go to a workbench or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just do them while you're exploring the world, which is awesome. So I crafted this rifle that does like 20 radiation damage and it shoots saw blades. And I'm like, oh, this is Half-Life all over again. Like, that's my favorite thing about Half-Life is shooting saw blades from the gravity gun. And I'm having a lot of fun with the combat once I started getting into the upgrade and the crafting system.
Yeah.
Like, I think what you start off with initially is not ideal.
No.
And also, like, it teaches you how to do the combat once, and then you're like, well, I guess that's it. That was my tutorial.
You just didn't follow the story.
No? Like, am I going to learn combat again?
You will learn more combat.
Okay, all right. That's good.
Have you so you know your parents are dead, right?
I've seen my parents die. I saw Lupa Lupin.
You saw Lupa Lupin kill your mom.
I think so. Yeah.
Where you like try to save her and then you
and I was swimming, right?
Little baby guy.
Yeah. Just little guy. I think so. Okay. I was swimming, right? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he teaches you how to swim and then you go fight Lupa.
I'm pretty close.
You're pretty close.
So I wish that I could change the color of the things a little bit more because the character customization is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But once you initially set your character and you can like customize the fur on your character's body, because like I said, they're little anthropomorphic, I don't know, like chipmunks. Like some of them look like chipmunks, some of them look a little bit more like dogs, weasels, like raccoons.
And they're
Mine
all the
like
same creature. They're just different heights and
so you're not like a different race or anything. You're still anthropomorphic being creature. Like that is not in this lore. Like all the creatures are just creatures. They don't have
You're not a
particular
bird
names, right? They're not a bird. It's all mammal based. Are birds mammals?
No.
Okay. Not a science podcast. So I'm having fun with that, but I wish that I could customize the look of my character a little bit more. So you can like set your initial customization, but after that, it's like just based on what clothes you're wearing. And you cannot color customize the clothes,
clothes are so weird.
Oh man, the hats. I've got like 72 hats in my inventory. I have more hats than I do guns. And like, I don't know why there are so many hats. A lot of the hats are fantastic.
Hey,
like a traffic cone. I've got a fucking traffic cone.
I'm a man of many hats. I know the problem.
Yeah.
I'm a man of many hats.
And a lot, like in the video here, I don't know if we got the video pulled up now, but the fucking football helmet.
Yeah.
Like you've got goggles.
Or a
traffic cone, like a turban. You can have all kinds of different hats. And some of them, I don't understand this customization choice. They're too big for your character.
Yeah.
So like they're coming down to my nose. Like my character cannot see. It's a good thing it's a third person game because I wouldn't be able to wear that dumbass hat. So yeah, I think all that stuff is stupid and fantastic. Like I should say fantastically stupid, like in the way that Fable is.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to realize that the pompish British voice talking to you is not a narrator?
Actually, I found out that I can change it. So,
What?
So you can
way!
You can change the language, and I was like, "Well, it's kung fu. I'll just turn on the subtitles and make it Japanese."
Okay, all right, all right.
So that's what I did.
But do you realize that person talking to you is not the narrator?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was probably like 6 hours in, and I was like, Because, like, I actually put in my notes here. I'm like, I don't really know about this narrator. Like, what's his deal? Why is there a narrator?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. There's narrator in Fable. I think it works in Fable. And this is like a similarly stupid world. So it kind of makes sense. Like, this story's being told. But, like, the British guy that's talking to you as the default voice.
I don't know why it's English.
Yeah.
English isn't, and it's British English. So it's like, this is a kung fu game. What is this guy doing?
You may be in post-apocalyptic America. It seems to be an American company that has ruined this world that you're in. And like, so the thing that's talking to you, you have a little cricket that follows you around, and you can change what that thing is. I don't have any different things right now, but mine's just a cricket. And the voice that's talking to you is the cricket. So this pompous British guy with like, and he's got to say some dumb shit. Like, I wrote down some of the dumbest ones. So your weapons dealer is called a pew pew broker.
So when you go to that first base,
Sure.
how long did it take you to find the pew pew broker?
Like 20 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you know how you have to go around and talk to every one of the brokers?
No, I didn't do that.
You haven't done that yet. There is a mission where you have to talk to every broker. Okay.
No, I didn't do that.
Well, that mission, I walked around that city 40 times and I could not find the pew pew broker because the map is terrible.
Okay.
The overworld map is either zoomed all the way out so you can see everything,
Right.
or you're zoomed all the way in where you can't see anything.
I kind of like the topography of the map. I think looks really nice when
it
you go
looks
to that
nice,
map screen.
but it doesn't tell you anything. It's not a
useful map.
It's not a useful map. It's a pretty map. It's like those maps that I've seen on Facebook lately that it looks like J.R.R. Tolkien, but it's frickin' Michigan. Like,
All right,
I want
sure.
that on the wall, but it's not useful for anything besides looking at.
Right. Yeah. This is aesthetically pleasing. It is not functional at all. So I haven't, like, other than setting a waypoint and going to that waypoint, I really haven't utilized the map a whole lot.
You won't.
Okay. All right. I mean, like I said, it's good to
Well,
look at. I set a
is-
waypoint. I go to that waypoint.
So there was one part, there's actually one part that I'm stuck on right now. I'm in the mech.
Sure.
There's a big chasm, and you can only be in the mech to cross this area, right?
Okay.
There's a big chasm. The mech can't jump over the chasm, and the mech can't jump.
Okay.
So I got to find my way across to this other side, and everything I do is either, like, the mech can't jump high enough to get, like, the road is all broken. So I feel like I'm playing Death Stranding over again. And it's like, can I just fix the road
Right.
or something?
Right. Because you can't, like, you feel like you should be able to navigate that area.
Like,
and you
I should
can't.
just, like, it should tell me, like, give me an arrow and point me in the right direction, because it doesn't. Because I mean, obviously you haven't really played that much of the story to be like, this is where I'm supposed to be going, correct?
Evidently not. Like I said, I don't have the mech yet.
I think you just kind of,
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna explore this world. I don't know. Like,
I didn't explore, but I think that's why I didn't enjoy it. I'm like, I want to beeline through this game.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
No.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been like, I'm going to. I mean, I did it with Horizon a little bit, but Horizon, the exploring, I don't know, I kind of fell off that because I'm like, this could be over soon, and I don't think it's going to be. But like, the pacing of this game, at least to me, seems a little bit better because I'm getting to the point where like I'm getting upgrades to play the game the way that I want to play it. And I think that in that way, I'm liking it a little bit more than when I was playing Horizon, because we're like, I'm exploring the world at the pace that I want to explore it. And I haven't ran into anything like you did.
Yeah.
We're like, well, I want to go here, but I can't.
Yeah.
Like everywhere that I've tried to go, I've been able to explore it.
Yep.
And I thought maybe I would run into some issues where like, I don't know if I get like the mech, like you were saying, or do I get like a hook shot where I'm going to be able to, I don't know, hook shot to places. Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to impede my ability to get places, and it really hasn't, at least thus far. But I do have a problem with the naming conventions of things, like the pew pew broker, and the quality of the quality rating of my armor being rick rack. or it's made of bip.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I understand they're animals and they're just gonna make up shit, but like when they're telling the story, or
to listen
I'm sorry,
to
when the
English guy.
automaton, right? When the automaton is telling you the story, aka the narrator, like he doesn't say things.
You've got to
like,
go to the pew broker.
and it sounds dumb. And like, I don't know if it's like the thing that happened to this world, that this corporation has destroyed it, like toxicologically. Like he poisoned that company, poisoned the world. They poisoned the oceans. They poisoned the land.
Yes.
Like it's
like,
all.
The only way to cross this area is in the mech, because the mech has a suit has an oxygen thing in it.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's really just a sheet over the top, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
But
to get the mech, you also have to suspend your disbelief, because you're going in and out of buildings where there's air, and then like there's broken windows, and you step out and there's not air.
Yeah.
And you're like, but they had air.
I literally
in
just
the building.
walked in an open door. It was open door.
And now it's fine. It's probably
What's
fine.
your goal as like the main character?
Okay,
Like,
so that's a good question. The main character's goal is to stop the world breakers from world breaking.
yes.
Not a complicated story thus far, but where it gets complicated is that there are multiple tribes in the world that you have to either take over or you can align with them. And if you align with certain tribes, you lose your alliance with other tribes. So it's kind of like Fallout New Vegas, where like it seems like those choices are going to matter in certain ways where it doesn't really matter in other games. Now, what we're seeing on the video here, we're seeing maybe those two tribes that I'm referencing that you meet in the beginning of the game actually end up shaking hands at the end. So maybe your choices don't matter as much as they're seeming to right now. But right now, I'm not allied with the Myriad people. I'm allied with the other ones. And it's like pretty cut and dry as to which ones you should be allied with.
Right.
Like the Myriad people want to save the world. The people I allied with want to own the world.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm going dark.
Right.
This is my thing. I just rescued. There's captives you can rescue along the way, and some other like open world kind of things where there's things to do as you're exploring. You know, you've got to explore this area to unlock different weapon upgrades, and those are throughout the world. And like old world technology stuff that can be found in other post-apocalyptic games.
You haven't even played that much of it.
Dude, I really haven't. I fell asleep while I was playing. So my playtime is actually like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Before of that is me sleeping.
Yes.
So I've probably only played for about 4 hours. I'm having a lot of fun exploring the world, going through the crafting stuff like I was saying.
You're making me want to like restart my save.
And maybe you picked the wrong guy, like you were saying at the beginning.
Yeah.
When I started and made my character, I knew you had already played, and I was like, I'm gonna pick the one I don't think Troy played.
Yes.
This may not be how I want to play, but I know how Troy plays games. I'm not gonna go that route. Without texting him, I'm gonna pick a different thing. So I picked Psy-Freak because that gives you like Jedi powers basically, and that's cool. You get a lot of different upgrades for your Jedi powers. There's 2 or 3 different upgrade occurrences, I guess.
Yeah.
You could call it. And those you find throughout exploring the world. And I don't think they've been really stingy with those points. I'm probably at level 8 right now, 7 or 8. And I feel like I'm
6.
pretty powerful.
I was 6 when I stopped playing.
Yeah. Damn.
So beelining through this story is a bad idea.
Maybe not the way to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, this seems like a cool story. I want to see the story.
I do want to see the story.
But
it does sound cool.
I found out there's other things you should do before you just try and see the story.
So yeah, I'll have probably more to report on that on next week's episode. And we'll get back into streaming next week too. I probably should have said this at the beginning.
Yeah.
We're just doing a recording right now for this episode. Malcolm has taken over as co-editor and actually live producing our episodes. So Malcolm is technically here. Say hi, Malcolm.
Hello.
All right. Thank you for being here, Malcolm. And since we're doing like all the video stuff right now, Malcolm is in charge of switching the cameras. He's going to give you some gameplay probably as we're talking through things. And I don't know how well this is flowing because I cannot see what we're recording. So
we will get this better set up so everybody can see everything.
Yeah. So if it sucks, blame Malcolm. I guess what I'm really trying to say. And we'll get better at it.
Comment below. Sucks.
Yeah. Comment below. Give us some comments.
First
below.
comment will be me. Malcolm sucks.
Malcolm sucks. So yeah, I think we can maybe move on from Biomutant here. So let's go back to you, Austin, since we've only talked about Hades so far. Why don't you give us a rundown of some of your favorite games?
So I was actually just thinking about this because I was thinking of zombies.
Okay, all right.
One of my favorite zombie games is Dying Light.
Okay.
I like Dying Light a lot for the parkour, for the region it's at, and the way it looks, the way it feels. And I heard Dying Light 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm excited for that because it's been so long. I beat it, so I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
But it always holds a memory in my heart.
I was just going to ask you, like, they have updated the fuck out of that game.
And
there's so much DLC. There's so much stuff they added.
I stopped playing before the Bozak Horde, something like that. That's like
Okay.
maybe the first DLC. But
Gotcha.
when I heard that Dying Light 2 is coming out, I just went back to see when Dying Light 1 came out. And it was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. But Dying Light, I was just thinking about it. I've been meaning to try and get back into it. It's just it's such a good zombie game. Good story. Just good, just the way it feels.
Yeah.
Parkour, you're running around. It makes you feel like you're trying to survive.
Sure.
Go to base to base.
Unfortunately, I missed that one. Like, I ended up buying it on an Xbox sale. I own it. It's on my fucking Xbox.
I reckon you like zombie games?
I like Call of Duty Zombies a lot, in Black Ops anyways.
Is
So
that as far as zombie games goes for your preference?
probably, like, I played Left 4 Dead and hated it. I played Left 4 Dead 2 and also hated it. So, but Call of Duty Zombies, like with the round-based stuff, has always really hooked me.
That hasn't hooked me so much.
Really?
I found that, like, in my opinion, just to be repetitive.
Sure.
Especially,
It's definitely.
I think it's just repetitive. Black Ops 2, I think it was buried. You go in that little corner, and there's like this little corridor you can go into and set these wind turbines, and you can just go to like level 30. And I did that with some friends, but then I played different ways. I'm just like, I never got into it like that.
Yeah.
I like this like Dying Light, Left 4 Dead, that story kind of going through map to map, just kind of trying to get your way through. I like that a lot.
Okay. Did you get into any of the Dead Rising games?
I haven't played any of the Dead Rising games.
I did play some Dead Rising. I played 2 and I played 3 when it launched.
I've seen gameplay of them.
Yeah.
They look fun. I've just they've escaped my hands many times.
Have forgotten a very important question here.
Oh, go ahead.
Austin,
Yes.
Xbox, PlayStation, or PC?
Okay.
I mean, obviously Switch.
Just switch
So
to
I said
forward
yes.
now.
So I grew up on Xbox. So PlayStation 2 was the first console I've ever owned. Like my mom gave it to me.
Yeah.
I think Xbox 360 though, that's when I started playing online more. So with friends. So then I've got the one. I had all of them before, but I think Xbox holds it more. I just recently got a PC like 6 months ago.
Okay.
So I'm still learning with that. So I can't put that in my favorite just because I haven't had it that long. So same with the Switch as well. And I just haven't had that long. So I'm going to say Xbox just because I grew up with it. It's been my
fit.
main. Yeah. Yeah.
Pokemon, Xbox, we're set.
Good.
You're not.
This podcast needs more PlayStation people. A lot of people play on PlayStation. I know we prefer Xbox.
Well, they're wrong. But it's their opinion. It's okay.
But yeah, so I've recently got a PC because my friends always told me to get one. I could never afford one.
Yeah, we've got a couple of guys on the podcast that are in the PC Master Race camp.
So I found a one for good price. I haven't, so I've been playing some of that.
Good.
League of Legends, been playing some of that. Path of Exiles. So I'm just kind of getting my feet wet with the whole PC thing, trying to look my way around it, see what I can do with it and stuff like that.
So, you did not have a Nintendo console when you were a kid?
I've had like a DS and stuff like
Right.
that. But I think just because of the games that were on the Xbox compared to DS,
Okay.
I guess DS would be me leisure gaming
Sure.
or leisure, as well as Xbox would be me more gaming to get that thrill of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So kind of like that. But yeah, like DS, I remember when I went to a family member's house and I got in the car and I saw in the middle console, it was Pokemon Diamond, still wrapped in that plastic kind of,
Yeah.
oh, my heart stopped. I was so happy. That's one of my favorite Pokemon. That's why I'm excited for the new remix
Sure,
that's
yeah.
coming out. It's been a while. I think that was around 2006, 2007, 2006
Yeah.
it was Diamond Pearl.
Or 7. Yeah, you're
Seven,
right.
yep. So it's been a minute. So I'm excited to see what that.
I missed that one.
That is
like,
the
I
one.
was checked out.
That is
of
the
Pokemon
one
at
both
the
of
time.
us have never played.
Really,
So the remakes are.
Yeah.
I
They
think
have me
that's
pumped.
Gen 4, maybe. I
Probably.
think that's Gen 4. That
Yeah.
has to be one of my favorites. Just also the stuff they added in the game itself.
Yeah.
Before the other Pokemon games before that, that really hits home for me.
I'm excited. I don't know if they're going to do it, but every other remake, remaster, so Fire Red, Leaf Green, they have had all of the Pokemon up to that point.
They
So
have, yep.
before it was just Diamond, and it was just whatever Diamond had. This time it should be
Everything.
all
Yeah.
Pokemon, and I can't wait.
Well, I would take a game with all the Pokemon.
Yes.
Since I didn't get that game
Yes,
with the newest one. What's that game called, Troy?
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I haven't. That's the one I haven't played.
You should
Yeah.
play that.
Is
on
it
the
good?
Switch. It is good.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying it's not good. It was in our top games of the year when
Yeah.
it came out.
That
I'm saying
it
maybe
is
wait
not-
till Arceus comes out.
It is
Yeah.
not as great as some other games, but it's got a good feel to it. It
Gotcha.
feels like this is how I wanted Pokemon to be
Gotcha.
when I was a kid. And there are some things that they definitely need to work on, but they're going in the right direction.
They're, okay.
Do they
That's a
have-
good way to put it.
Is
They're
it
going
where-
in the right direction.
Do they have XP share on that? So like
Yes.
you battle with one Pokemon, all of them level. I kind of don't like
You
that.
can turn that off.
Oh, you can.
Usually you can.
You can.
I don't know.
Most people don't, but you can.
I don't like it because that just beats the point of
Right.
You know, you
Yeah.
just have one Pokemon battle and your team rises with them.
Yeah.
So I've never really been a fan of that.
Wow, look at
You're,
this fucking guy. A purist over here.
Overachiever. Overachiever.
Fantastic.
Listen, I can make a Pokemon game hard, but I definitely want that EXP share.
Yeah, I've never.
After the pod we have to talk. I got a game for you if you like a challenge for Pokemon. Let me tell
Okay,
you.
but I've actually been watching a lot of Nuzlocke too.
This is one of those.
With Pokemon, I've been
I got
watching.
you.
I've been
Got you.
watching a lot of Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
that seems impossible. Some Nuzlocke they do. It's amazing. I love them.
I have not beat this one yet, so it's. I got a challenge for you.
Have you tried Nexomon yet, Austin?
I have not.
Okay. Nexomon managed to squeak in Game of the Year last year when we do a countdown at the end of every year.
Is it on Switch?
Nexomon is on Switch. I have almost bought it like 4 fucking times. So I'm like, damn it, I want to play Nexomon
I could just play
again.
this in my bed then.
I could. I mean, I can do that already because
Yes.
it's on game streaming from my console, which is the way that I played it primarily to begin with. But yeah, Nexomon is really cool. Not a Pokemon game,
Okay.
but a monster training game.
Okay.
I would recommend for listeners and Austin and viewers, check out Nexomon. Nexomon is super fucking cool. I will not stop singing the praises of that game. I have also been playing Narita Boy.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what this is?
I played like 5 minutes of it and I was really tired, so I turned it off.
Did you have a fucking seizure then? You were that like, man.
I was like, what is going on? I'm turning this off.
So I cannot imagine trying to play this game tired. Like, holy fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
was like,
I think we've
what
got it
is
on the
this?
screen here. This is the announcement trailer on Switch, and I've been playing it on Game Pass on Xbox, but
It is your
when
style.
it
game.
is my style of game. Like,
If Ryan could create a game, that would look like this.
self-proclaimed fan of cyberpunk stuff and cyberpunk music and synthwave music, and this game it puts you in control of a character of a 2D world but a lot of the stuff, like the animations and the characters are drawn all pixelated, and you can see them on screen here, but they're not necessarily only in 2D. Like, yeah, you're only seeing a 2D view of
Like
the screen.
2.5D, right?
Yeah, but it looks like it has depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
And just the way that it looks, I absolutely love it. Like, you get your sword that you have is the trichroma, if I remember right. And your sword is also a shotgun, a techno sword. Yeah, that's what it is. The techno sword. And I think the trichroma might be the thing you're looking for. Like, that's another thing in the game. But you can unlock new abilities for that as you're playing through the game. And your character, like your the guy, I guess, that's playing your character, gets sucked into a video game.
Yep.
So that's kind of the game, is like, you're sitting at your computer in the game, and he gets sucked in. Now he's playing in the video game world, and not necessarily a new story to tell, but the thing that you're doing as Narita Boy in the game is like, you are playing through the code of the game. So you're not necessarily just stuck in this game world. Like, you're seeing how this game world works behind the scenes, which I think is super cool. And you're playing through some of the creator's memory. So the creator of the game has accidentally, or maybe purposefully, uploaded himself into the game. And so portions of it, you are playing through like him creating part of the game and like his inspirations for the game. And it's all like super cool, like actually super cool. It's a really cool story that they're telling. I'm not super far. I've probably only unlocked 2 or 3 abilities for my sword so far. I've got the shotgun. I think I have like a jump ability too. And like it's been a while since I've checked in with it, but Narita Boy, I want to talk about more about that next week too, because it is very cool. The art style is fantastic. The music is fantastic. Yep. I don't like when I play games, especially like Call of Duty Zombies, a game that I don't really need to pay attention to. I usually listen to podcasts, or I put on my synthwave playlist on Spotify, but I'm all in on Narita Boy. I'm not listening to podcasts. Like, I want to know this story. I want to know where this goes. And I'm not usually into 2D games. Yeah. Like, I don't really like 2D platformers that much. And I think they feel kind of flat in terms of the world and the exploration, with the exception of Celeste. Malcolm and I love Celeste. Yeah. We played a fuck ton of that game, but Narita Boy's cool, and you should definitely check it out. It's still on Game Pass. I'll talk more about it a little next week. But yeah, really cool game.
It looks cool. I like the concept of it. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. Do you have Game Pass, Austin?
I do not.
Okay. What? Malcolm's freaking out because Austin doesn't have Game Pass.
Who doesn't have Game Pass? You have an Xbox and not Game Pass?
That's tough.
What have I been teaching you all these years?
My cousin just recently switched from PlayStation 4 to Xbox because PlayStation 4 took a shit, and I've been trying to sell him on Game Pass.
How is that not like... You don't have to sell people on that. It's like a no-brainer.
Well, you kind of do, right? Like, if you're an Xbox fan, if you're maybe somebody who's listening to this podcast, like, you know what Game Pass is, and you probably already are a subscriber to Game Pass.
Even for just PC. Like,
I mean, it's a harder sell for people that don't. Like, he plays a lot of games. Oh, sorry. He games a lot, but he doesn't necessarily play a varying amount of games. So he plays a fuck ton of Call of Duty. Yeah. And like, that's not on Game Pass.
No.
For those people, what what is Microsoft doing?
Games.
Exactly. He doesn't necessarily want to check out that many different games. Yeah. The things that are on Game Pass aren't necessarily that enticing to him right now. So I told him about the new Forza coming to Game Pass, and I told him about the new Halo. And he was like, "Oh yeah, well maybe when Halo comes out, I'll get it."
I can't wait. I can't wait for Halo. I got some stuff to talk about when we get to Game.
That's not a bad idea though. Like, there aren't really many Microsoft games on there other than Gears 5, which for me is maybe not worth playing.
Was it not good? I personally haven't played 5 yet.
Malcolm's gonna mute us if we say anything bad. But
Shit, we shouldn't have gave him control. Malcolm really liked Gears 5.
Okay.
Go back and listen to the episode where we talk about Gears 5. I don't love a lot of things about it. I think it's kind of more Gears, and other people have other opinions, but to me it was more Gears. We joined. Troy and I met with a friend of ours. I've been on their podcast. I met with the host of the I Can Marvel All Day podcast. We've been friends with those guys for a while, and we met with the host because he's creating a media network that he's called Nerd Pop X. So
I really like where it's going.
I do
doing
too.
Some really cool stuff on.
Yeah, Hoagie has some ideas about what he wants to do with Nerd Pop X in terms of like doing merch and stuff like that. He's got a website coming soon. You can go to the website and kind of sign up for some updates, some email updates on that. He's got some social media stuff to follow. I like what he's doing with Nerd Pop X, so we are going to combine forces with what they are doing. We're going to share pool our resources as a podcast, as a graphic design, as video editing. Like, we as a collective know how to do a lot of that stuff. So I just want to give them a shout out on the podcast. There is probably going to be an audio drop for Nerd Pop X at the beginning of the show. Yeah. I haven't worked out the details with him yet, but you can follow along with him at I Can Marvel All Day. Check out Nerd Pop X on social media.
Facebook.
Facebook too,
Instagram.
Instagram.
It's where Nerd Pop X lives.
Okay.
They're not, obviously the website's not quite up yet.
Yeah.
But Facebook, he's pretty active, and Instagram, he's more, they are the most active.
So he'll have some nerd stuff on the website. He does a lot of comic book sales.
Yes.
So I think he's planning on, he's going to be the comic book focus of the thing, and we'll be the video games focus of his thing. We'll have our merch on his website. Malcolm has a bunch of ideas for our merch that we've got coming up here. A couple new designs coming on our website as well. And yeah, we've got the Nerd Pop X Facebook page pulled up here. So give them a like or a follow or whatever the fuck it's called on Facebook. You can see our logo pulled up there. And we'll have more details about that in the upcoming weeks here as we kind of iron out what we're going to do, what we're going to help Hoagie with in terms of launching Nerd Pop X. I believe
an episode with them soon.
Yeah, well, he was saying at the end of Loki, which is now.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a joint episode with them, the I Can Marvel All Day guys. Yeah. We're going to have those guys on and cover Loki. I don't know if that'll be next week. It may end up being like a special episode deal. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Might not be on the same schedule as everything else.
Yeah.
You got to fit their schedule in as well.
I don't know. We'll cover that with them because it's been a while since I talked to them about the collective episode thing. So yeah, we're going to end this episode. Thank you everybody so much for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on. I've been your host, Ryan Wolf. Thank you so much for being here, Troy. Thank you, Austin.
Thank you guys so much
for being on the pod. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Yeah, no problem. And we'll be streaming next Tuesday, both of these things, and we'll see you later.
That's all, folks.
What the fuck?